Now, Professor, this is my genuine question. What is the difference between an archaeologist and a grave robber?
How many years do you have to wait?
How much time do you have to wait before it's royalty-free dungeons?
I don't pay you to ask stupid philosophical questions. Of course there's a difference. What I have paid you to do is to open up those doors and defeat the horrible construct that lies within. And as you come in, you hear sudden and a waft of steam billows out of the figure that is implanted in the wall. You hear clicks and grinding as something inside of the figure starts to turn and crack against each other. You hear whirring sounds. A glow starts to emanate from the creature's eyes, and it kind of steps out of its placement in the wall and pulls out its axe.
Jerusalem notices that it moves between all of them. He dodge rolls back, stands up, backs up as he's drawing back his short bow, and takes a moment to make sure it's aimed, and then lets go. The arrow goes right into the open hole in the center that we have been creating as we've attacked, that you can see all the gears in. So it goes right into there, bypassing the armor.
You hear, like, the sound of gears slowing down and then stopping. The armor starts to glow red, begins to bubble, and there's a massive explosion.
That was my plan all along. Another successful idea from Jerusalem.
Brought to you by Braid Industries. Okay. You just cleared the first room of this dungeon. Like I said, there is 3 doors in this room. 1 in front of you, and 1 to your left, and 1 to your right.
Do the doors have any, like, specific, how do I say, any identifying features about them that makes one, like, 2 of them are offshoots and 1 is the main hall sort of thing?
All of the doors in here are, like, made out of, like, bronze and copper and have these, like, gearwork motifs on them, and it looks like opening them involves some sort of, like, complicated gear mechanism. I will say the door in front of you looks like it is nicer and slightly bigger than the other 2 on the sides.
Mm.
Like, the other 2 look like they are, like, doors to, like, storage or anything. That door in front of you looks like it leads deeper into more important things.
I say we go forward, and then once we've cleared out the dungeon, we come back to these other 2 rooms.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, going against all video game logic, we're gonna go forward first.
Sure. You all walk forward. Jerusalem, you push open the door in front of you. As it opens, you hear the sounds of, like, ticking in gears as the doors swing open. And you all step into another room, slightly smaller than the other one. Let me just look at my notes real quick.
By the way, is everyone alright? Because I think we, like, left off the last session with a bunch of people hurt.
Lois has 11.
The professor is at 8 hit points. Lois is at 11. Jerusalem, you are at full. And Kaya is at 22. Yeah, no, he's not.
I don't think he had high health to begin with.
Well, he came to us half dead, so...
Oh!
So as you all step into this room, you notice that the floor is a crystal screen, almost. It's like a glass panel, and underneath the glass panel, you see a massive, very intricate clockwork mechanism that fills the entire bottom floor of this room. There's like a million ticking, talking pieces all interwoven into each other. Turning different directions, slowly spinning, maneuvering themselves. You see some gears being like dropped out and being moved into another area, and then gears being pushed together that weren't working together before. And this is all happening underneath a crystal, glass floor. And you see around the room on the walls, you see these glowing clockwork sigils that have a draconic number in them. And there are 10 of them placed around the room, and in all of them, there is the glowing draconic number for 10. And I'm going to start a timer.
Of course.
No!
I've suddenly forgotten everything you just said.
I know, it's gonna be like, I just forgot.
We have 10 sigils, and each one holding the number 10.
Mhm.
We've got the flooring of tons of gears.
Riley, you have forgotten that all three of us are racked with a disease called indecision.
At the other end of the room, there is another door that is like silver and bronze and seems like the gears are not connecting in such a way that it would be able to open.
Are there like any missing gears or?
Can I roll an investigation?
Absolutely. Roll an investigation check.
Investigation, okay. Yes. Oh boy, it's a good thing I've got a decent bonus to that. 11.
11. You see one of the clockwork gears goes out. It just blinks out. And in the remaining 9 glowing gears, the draconic number changes from 10 to 9.
Okay. But I don't see anything that's interactable in this room.
Besides the massive clockwork mechanism underneath the screen, that's the floor.
But we can't reach that, so...
Not with an 11.
Yeah.
Is investigation wisdom or intelligence?
Investigation is intelligence.
Okay. I would also like to roll that.
Okay.
And that is a 19.
A 19. Ooh.
Unfortunately, I don't add anything.
I rolled a 4.
Oh no.
Let me see. You see another gear. Another gear stops glowing. The number changes from 9 to 8. As you are looking down, you, with a 19, you don't think that the machine that you're looking at underneath the floor is connected to what's happening above at all.
Well, this means nothing to me.
Can I try? I want to know what the hell's going on too.
Yeah, absolutely. Lois, give it a shot.
I get the feeling each roll is gonna tick this number down.
Yeah.
No, it's me, giving information on the timer.
That's a nat 20! Hell yeah!
A nat 20? Lois?
Yep.
Lois?
Mm-hmm.
You are someone that, one, knows weird, mean-spirited pranks, and two, because you come from Libitina, you've been in some waiting rooms in your life when you were with your mother. This is a...
Mom, quote unquote.
Yeah. No, your real mom.
Oh.
Mm-hmm, before you were with Sylph. This is a mean-spirited prank in a waiting room. You honestly think it's gonna be fine. There's no vents in the walls that would insert poison gas. There's no mechanism, as far as you can tell, that would make the floor drop out. And even if it did, the mechanism is so big and bulky that it's not like you would fall into the gears and be ground up. There's nothing that would happen when the countdown runs out.
Okay. I feel like Lois just kind of looks around for a bit and then goes, we can just wait for it to tick down and be done. Nothing's going to happen.
Are you kidding me?
No. I've seen many a pranks in my
5
day,
of them are 5 of the gears are out, by the way, and the number's on 5.
Mm-hmm. Just let it tick down and it probably will just open the door.
Let me roll for trust.
Well, we can use these 5 minutes to go back and check one of the other rooms, because I hate waiting.
Kaya trusts you implicitly.
And he goes, that might be a good idea then. Wait and see and come back.
Riley, Jerusalem steps back out to go check one of the other doors while he's waiting.
The back door is not locked. You all leave. It's fine. You step out back into the main room. So now there's a door to your left, a door to your right, and the entrance directly in front of you.
I'll go right.
Okay.
The way you said that makes me think, oh, are we splitting up?
I don't know if you want to. If you want to cover 2 rooms.
Hell no, I'm not. First off, going to different rooms together means that less chance for one of us to just KO. Second, it also means that we can keep track of the time so we can go check the first one to see what happens behind the door. So, no.
I'll wait back while Kaya checks out the left room, and basically if nothing happens when she opens the door, Jerusalem will probably just go check the other. Like, check if it's trapped before going,
Yeah.
Kaya, are you going left or right?
I said right, and you said right and left as if we were facing the door, so whatever right is.
Oh, so right as if you were facing the entrance. Okay. So you go there. The door is locked, but it has a lock on it. It's not like the other one where it's just not going to open because the door mechanisms aren't like together. There's just like a normal lock on here.
Use your
I want to kick it.
Okay. Roll a strength check.
That's plus my strength. That's a dirty 20.
You kick a door and hurt yourself. Take 1 damage.
No, I wanted to kick the lock.
Yeah, you kick the lock, which is a part of the door, and you hurt yourself.
Oh,
This is
it's a connected lock?
Yes.
I thought it was like a padlock.
These are
not a
these are
padlock.
complicated clockwork gear locks that are built into the wall.
Oh, okay. I was mistaken.
Riley, how do I lockpick with my thieves' tools?
You just roll with your thieves' tool proficiency, or if you have expertise in sleight of hand, I would also take that because I'm not picky. I know some DMs are like, no, you have to have the thing, and some DMs are like, lockpicking can just be sleight of hand. I don't care either way.
I mean, I have proficiencies in both, but sleight of hand gives me an extra.
Okay, then which door are you going up to?
The one that Kaya tried to kick open.
Okay.
Like, she kicks it, and Jerusalem was like, well, okay, and just comes over, pulls out his stuff. I rolled a 12.
Is Skyrim style, you break a lockpick off in the lock, and it falls out.
Oh no.
12's not going to break this lock.
Dang.
It's very funny, because 12 would have got the other lock, though.
Oh my god.
So both doors have locks.
Yeah, both doors have locks. This one looks a bit beefier than the other one.
Okay.
Can I feel like I have sleight of hand also.
If you don't have thieves' tools, you can't do it.
No, I was gonna say going up to Jerusalem and saying, may I see?
Sure. That's up to Jerusalem. If Jerusalem wants to hand over him.
Fine, but give him back when you're done.
Alright, you can watch me. Alright, so that is just the proficiency plus what?
Your dexterity. And you don't have you have sleight of hand, though. I'll take sleight of hand.
that's a 9!
You break another lockpick in this lock, and it falls out.
Lois!
Oh, like you didn't do it yourself, and he hands it back.
Riley, I want to roll on the other door.
Sure. Jerusalem takes back their thieves' tools and storms over to the other door with the smaller lock and takes a swing at that.
Yeah. That's exactly what happens. I roll an 18.
You rolled an 18! You, with expert precision, unlock this door, and you hear a happy clunk, and the door swings open. Inside, you see a large room full of garbage. There are various, broken, what looks like gears and springs and various pieces of, bronze metal just, thrown in here, like a scrap pile almost. And inside, you also see several disassembled golems. You see, a stone golem torso, and you see, a wood golem leg. There's a golem that appears to be made out of, hair, and you just see, all of these various different golems made out of different materials that are all, what you would know as golems. These are a full bodies of a material, fully animated. And as you do that, you see another one of those messages that Lois found earlier is in this room, but you also see, pulling itself towards you, is a severed metal arm that is pulling itself towards you, Jerusalem. What do you do?
Shoot it.
Kaya closes the door.
Okay, I got two conflicting things. Jerusalem was on that side of the room already, though. Jerusalem, you take a shot.
Yeah.
Let's roll initiative.
Against a hand.
Dude, my dice is on fire today.
Got a 6.
I rolled a dirty 20.
I rolled a 17.
Just the concept of this, they try to go into a door. No one's successful. Jerusalem storms off, opens the other door to a trash room, sees a crawling hand, and just fires a bolt.
Oh, you're so lucky. The severed iron golem arm rolled a 7 on initiative. And believe it or not,
He's still in front of me.
The severed arm is not very dexterous.
It's almost like it's a severed arm, Riley.
I have a +4 to initiative. I rolled a 2.
Oh no! Does Jerusalem get, advantage or something?
Bonuses on initiative?
From firing first?
No.
They would have if they were hiding or anything, but they opened a door and, this was just a surprise to see a severed arm as the severed arm was to see a person. There's no, surprise round in this sense unless we're going off my homebrew rules of if you roll a nat 20 on initiative, you move with,
No, I was just wondering because Jerusalem, in play, made the first attack, so I was wondering if that would make Jerusalem go first.
Fantastic. Professor Rosefang. Professor Rosefang rolled really good on initiative, but he goes,
But he knows.
You know what? I'm going to let you all handle this, and takes a step back.
Oh my god.
Good.
Lois, what did you get on initiative?
17.
17. That's exactly what the good professor got. Jerusalem, what did you get?
I got a 6.
You got a 6. Kaya?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Fantastic. Okay. This is probably copyrighted.
Yeah. You stop that, we'll have to pay money.
Kaya,
Oh!
what do you do?
Well, I'm all the way across the room.
You're a centaur.
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. It is 50 feet away.
Riley checking his map.
I have a map! Anyway.
Riley always has a map for these kind of things.
Just out of my range.
You can throw a
With your
javelin.
spear?
Well, I would like to be closer because my scimitar does more damage, and so does my glaive. But
This is an arm.
You can throw
It
a
is an
javelin.
arm.
yeah, I'm gonna throw a javelin.
Okay. You clip-clop over there and you hurl a javelin at it. Roll to hit.
Oh,
Oh no.
that's a nat 1.
Oh no!
You hurl this, you take off this javelin, you hurl it at the severed arm. The severed arm flops itself onto his bicep, catches the javelin, snaps it in half. That javelin is gone.
I figured.
Whoa!
If you didn't
well, at
break
least it
it,
didn't
I
hit
was
me.
going to count it as broken.
Mm-hmm. You see the hand, flex.
Show off.
It's Professor Rosefang, but Professor Rosefang doesn't want to get involved in this, so it's
Yeah.
Lois.
Fair.
Okay. Okay, so I think I am far away, so I'm also going to I'm just gonna chuck my dagger at it. I'm gonna throw my dagger.
Okay.
Everyone's throwing trash.
like, ah!
I don't have any long distance besides my dagger.
No, I just think it's funny.
Okay, so what do I roll plus for? I haven't
If it's a dagger, it's a dexterity plus proficiency.
Okay. That's a dirty 20.
That's a dirty 20. You hit the arm. This is a normal dagger, correct?
Yeah.
You hit it. The dagger hits the arm dead on and bounces off, seemingly doing 0 damage.
Damn it. Is there any trash I can pick up that's looks like I could do anything?
There's broken golem parts all over this room, and you see another of those messages. In the corner. In the rightmost corner from where you are.
Please do not leave us for the message.
I wasn't going to. I was going to pick up one of the golem things to chuck at it.
You're not in the room, though. You're next to Kaya.
I would say that Lois was had enough movement to walk over next to Kaya, yeah. But
yeah, so I was just going to pick something up.
Sure. Lois, you bend down and lift up a wooden golem leg.
There's an arm. This is a leg. We don't know how that works.
The arm is metal. The leg is wooden. You do some quick math. You feel comfortable with your decision. Jerusalem, what do you do?
I'm gonna close the door.
You close the door. You don't use your movement to grab the message and run back out, or you just close the door?
You think Jerusalem cares about history?
But I care.
You should probably grab the message.
If that ends combat, I would like to reopen the door and grab it.
The arm has no way of opening the door because it is a severed arm. Jerusalem does close it. It is the severed arm's turn. You hear a poof as the arm just punches the door and then tunk. Top of the order, Kaya, what would you like to do?
I want to just slam the door open with the plan of just whacking that arm away from the door, because I assume it's right there, and I want to grab
know what?
It's smashed behind it, up against the wall.
Make an athletics check against the arm.
I hope I have better athletics than the
Looney
arm.
Tunes style, the arm is plastered against the wall and slowly peels off.
Dex. So it's a 14.
Athletics?
Athletics is strength.
Yeah, it's going to be
strength?
athletics
Oh,
with strength.
That's a 16 then.
Fantastic. You kick open the door. This time you don't hurt yourself. The door smacks the metal arm. The metal arm goes kong, 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 as it bounces away and smashes into a pile of broken gears. I'm going to say, are going to need to take a dash action, but because you did that, it's not going to get an opportunity attack on you. You run in, grab the message, run out.
Pick up my dagger!
It is now doesn't have enough actions to grab the dagger. It is now Professor Rosefang's turn. Professor Rosefang slams the doors shut.
And I feel like Lois, with that, turns to Professor Rosefang and goes, "Do you have a dagger I can have? Because that was my only dagger, thank you very much."
Your dagger is lost forever. Deal with it. You can buy another dagger with all the money you get from doing this job.
You wouldn't be saying that about anything else you own, so don't say that bullshit.
Everything I've used is disposable. I've thrown multiple objects I'm never getting back. You think acid is cheap?
Is the main room done counting down?
You can walk into the main room after this. Kaya, do you activate the message?
Yeah, I'd like to activate the memoir tablet as we go back and check out the other room, I guess.
You press the rune.
Message 150. I still have had no progress on this miserable project. I have completely given up hope of finding some way to mass-produce iron golems. It simply takes far too long, and it costs far too much to construct even one. And they're far too dull-minded to be anything besides half-programmed brute. To develop an army in this manner would be absurd. This has been a complete bust and a waste of half of a year's work. Tomorrow I'll begin researching cheaper materials and alternative methods of animation. I'll also probably begin disassembling the golem.
Doesn't sound like he ever got around to disassembling the golem.
I was gonna say, why do I feel like he didn't get to that?
I mean, there was only an arm in there.
Oh, the other golem. I was thinking the one at the front door.
Yeah, same.
Iron golem. That was some sort of clockwork automaton.
Oh, okay.
That seems, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, like he lived long enough to invent the clockwork automaton.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Riley, I know you said last episode that the world is not like advanced enough for most of this technology to be known. But is the concept of like gears at least like common or at least like upper class?
In some areas of the world, yes. It kind of depends on the culture. Like, for instance, like, Refuge, where the gnomes and the dwarves are, they have this figured out. Like, they do experiment with making small clockwork items and objects and things like that. It is, like, a gnome specialty to, like, have tinker tools and develop, like, weird little gizmos and gadgets.
Okay.
For where you're from, your society is more focused on pure magic and does not mess with this kind of stuff really, except as artistic expression or as a sign of like, ooh, look at me, I'm so unique. I have like a grandfather clock.
I can do math.
Yeah, like, I'm an elf. I'm gonna live for 800 years or whatever. I have nowhere to go and nowhere, like, nothing to do. This is how I show that I'm original and unique is, I figured out how to make a clockwork duck or something. Like,
Okay.
yeah.
I was just checking for like logic and stuff. Like if no one knew what a gear was in the first place, that would be kind of difficult, but yeah.
Gears, like, are known in the more advanced scientific and, like, arcane communities, but as far as you know, there's never been a clockwork golem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just checking. Okay.
I have an offhand question as we're going to the next room.
Sure.
We know that all of Rose Fang's, like, buddies were killed in the first room. Are there, like, blood drags of where they went?
I said that was the first thing you noticed is there were blood stains in the first room, but there were no bodies. There was like smears of blood of the bodies leading towards the door inwards. It looked like something moved the bodies in. Yeah.
Okay, leading towards the door that we're going in. Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
So you don't go to the difficult lock. You go back into the second room.
The middle room, yeah.
Yeah.
The countdown room, yeah.
As you walk in, you see 10 glowing gears with 10 written inside all of them.
Jerusalem just goes, fine.
I can stay in here if you two want to go try the other room again.
Well,
Is that something we want to do?
let's try.
Okay. So Kaya's waiting.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Kaya waits in the room. Since I'm not going to have you role play out waiting 10 minutes, Lois and Jerusalem, you go back out into the first room and go over to the tough lock. It glares at you with malevolent intent. What do you do?
I mean, can I make another lockpicking check, or?
I'm gonna have you roll a d12 to see how many lockpicks you have left real quick.
Okay. Well, I rolled a 4.
No.
Okay, you
Out of
have 4.
12.
You have 4 more lockpicks. Before
Okay,
you
more.
will need to go buy more
Oh,
thieves'
thank
tools.
goodness. I thought you meant I had 4 total, so that would have been -2. I was like,
No, I'm not mean.
Okay, let me just write down how many I have. Well, I'll spend another on this door, but...
Sure.
Can Jerusalem roll with advantage since Lois is also there backseat driving?
No,
Yeah, I'll say Lois can help.
if anything, that would be disadvantage.
Lois, if you take the help action, you can give Jerusalem advantage on this.
It's fine. I got, how much is that? A 23.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, I don't need the help at all. Good.
Jerusalem kneels down. Lois goes to now you want to, and Jerusalem just lifts up a hand, and as Jerusalem does, we hear the clink, clink, and the door opens up.
One-handed.
Mhm.
This had better be worth the 2.
You see a long, dark, big hallway.
Ooh.
And as you do, you see a set of 2 green glowing eyes turn on.
Mm.
And you hear ticking start up. And
Close
then
that
you hear
door.
more ticking as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14,
Ah!
15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27.
Oh.
You see 27 pairs of eyes turn on, and you hear a cacophony of ticking. And the room slowly, the light, the amber plates on the ceiling start to, the light spell turns on, and you see this is a hallway that is a storage hallway that is just filled with clockwork soldiers, all holding massive, glaives and halberds. Some look bigger and beefier than others, but they are all suddenly turning on and all looking towards the door.
Lois, I feel like with that goes, let's close the door, close the fucking door!
Yeah. We close the door.
I like that we're just like, nope, no.
Jerusalem closes the door. I will say, only broken, successful lockpicking isn't going to cost a lockpick.
Yeah.
It's only if you fail that I'm going to break one.
A memoir tablet is not worth that.
That.
There is no memoir tablet in that room.
Oh, good.
I mean, Riley could have just not said that, and we would have been like, well, cut our losses.
Yeah.
We would have been like, well,
Okay.
Listen, if we can find some sort of master control for whatever these
Yeah.
golems are,
We could have an army!
we can have an army.
all right, I'm going to move away from the door and back towards Kaya.
Lois and Jerusalem go back towards Kaya. Kaya's like, what was in there? And Jerusalem's like, oh, nothing.
Kaya's staring intently at the clockwork in the floor.
I'm going to say Rosefang stayed with Kaya.
Oh.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Rosefang would have had some thoughts on that. You come in. The timer finishes. You hear a clunk, and then the lights go out in the room.
Hmm.
Well,
There's a moment, and then you hear chunk as gears slide into place.
Hmm.
And the door, deeper in, opens up.
Quickly scramble through that door.
I mean, most of us can see, right?
I can't!
Can I?
Those of you with dark vision could have seen inside, but yeah.
I don't have that.
Hold on. Do centaurs have dark vision?
If it's not on your sheet, then you don't.
Hold on. I have a cantrip, light. I have light.
The next room appears to be illuminated.
Okay, I do have dark vision.
It's just this room that went dark. It went dark for a second to scare you, and then the door opened up.
Rude.
Okay.
Which is almost add insult to injury, considering how much, security was in the first room, so if he even got to the second room, they're just like, you know what? Let me turn on and off the light for a minute.
Yeah. You all walk into the third room. This is a much smaller room than the others. The floor is, in fact, a large gear placed in. There's no, crystal sheet over it. You're just standing on a big gear implanted into the floor. There's, again, a door to your left, a door to your right. There's, again, some potted plants that have died years ago. And you see on a long kind of pedestal is another glass sheet message.
Okay. Yeah.
Hmm.
Go over to that.
This gear that we're on, can we see the teeth of it, or do we just know it's a gear because it's circular?
Yeah, it's implanted into a larger mechanism in the floor. You just know if it turns, it would turn the floor. Kaya, as you walk up, you pick up this message, you press it.
Message 9. The situation just keeps getting worse. Apparently, Velestein's war-forged golems are not only easy to mass-produce and incredibly efficient by any construct standards, but now reports are stating that they're not only sentient, but sapient. Sapience in golems! By any measure, this Velestein woman has created a new race of beings. Life with iron skin and no need for sustenance or air or rest, as far as I can tell. Libitina is saying it's a miracle. There are even talks of granting that odious witch sainthood. Meanwhile, I am still in negotiation with Varlian's minister over the costs of this project. But I have high hopes. I'll be starting the development of the first prototype iron golem soon. Apparently, it'll take around 4 months and cost roughly 100,000 gold. But, hopefully, again, once I have a working model, I believe it will be simpler to reverse engineer some copies, and then we'll start seeing where we can go from there.
I like this man.
That's all Kaya says.
No, that's me.
I don't know. Onash Slovess was a real one, Kaya thinks to herself.
I personally really like this guy that we have not met.
Actually, Lois and Lois. Roll a history check.
Lois and Lois.
Lois and Lois.
I was wondering if this might be something Kaya knows, but I don't think Kaya's ever been to this side of the continent, we decided, so I'm just going to give this to Lois.
History is intelligence, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I got an 11.
You got an 11?
Mm-hmm.
Libitina does in fact have a race that they refer to as the Warforged, which are like a race of sapient, golem people made out of metal and wood. They are more classical golems, but they're more people-sized, and they are fully people. You also know that Saint Velestein is a widely beloved figure in Libitina history. And there are several regions in the country named after her.
I feel like with that, Lois's eyes kind of go wide, and he's like, well, shit, this is where it started, apparently.
Yeah. The thought of someone calling Saint Velestein an odious witch is, mind-boggling to you today.
I would say, though, as someone who really has never really liked Libitina very much, he finds it funny.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you can think as, it's hilarious. It's just, an opinion you don't hear a lot.
Be like if you were like, St. Peter is a bastard.
Yeah, this is someone being like, I met St. Peter today, and he's a jerk.
Lois just kind of is like, that's, I too like this man, he says. And takes a moment, he's like, I like him.
To Jerusalem, to your right, you see a thick, beefy door that has 3 locks built into it. Like, it would require, this is a large, complicated lock. It would require 3 successive lockpick checks to unlock this door, if you do not have the key. To your left, you see a door with a very plain, simple lock. And in front of you, you see a sealed, a door that appears to be, sealed for the most part, because the mechanism is missing a gear. So it can't be opened, because the mechanism just wouldn't work.
Well, there's the off chance we could find a key in the left room, but if I break a lockpick on the left room, our odds of opening the right lower.
Can I kick these ones open too?
Sweetie, Kaya can try whatever she wants.
Sounds like a no.
Which door does Kaya go to kick?
Not the one with 3 locks.
The sealed one, or the door with the normal lock on it?
The sealed one is the one that's missing a gear, right?
It's missing a gear, so the the door mechanism just wouldn't work.
What if we just went back to the front room, got a bunch of gears from the Warforged, and then put them
You
in?
don't think that would work?
Ah.
It's a very specific gear that is, missing from this. You don't think any of the gears from the Clockwork Huntsman would fit?
Sad. Can I pick the lock with a javelin?
I thought you were gonna say with a hoof. As in kick
No.
the lock.
That wouldn't.
You cannot pick the lock with a javelin.
Just kind of stab it in there, Turn it like a
Are you
key.
gonna kick the smaller door, or?
I mean, do you want me to?
You can, yes.
I'm just wondering.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you guys make your decision. Sorry, ignore me.
Kaya looks at you guys, looks at the rock, looks at her hoof. That won't make it anyway.
Alright, I'm opening it. So Riley, I'm going over to the one with just the one lock.
Sure. You walk up to it, roll a lockpick check.
Okay, we're doing better this time. 18.
Nice.
18. The door swings open. You all walk in to what appears to be what was at one point a nicely appointed living room. To your left, you see a small hallway that leads to a bedroom. There's a small, this living room is connected to a small dining area and what appears to be a hallway that leads into a kitchen. There's a nice table set into the middle of the room. There are several bookshelves in the living room, and yeah, this appears to be where Onash Slovess lived, slept, and ate.
I want to look for a ring of keys.
Sure. Kaya, tell me where you are looking and roll investigation, perception. Yeah. No, investigation. This is looking around for a difficult thing.
Probably bedroom, because then at least if I don't find the keys, I'll probably find something else interesting.
Sure.
What was that adding again?
14? On a 14, you pull out, on one of the bookshelves in the bedroom, you pull out a bound tome, and as you open it and you flip it open, there are diagrams and instructions and arcanum on how to cast what appears to be clockwork magic. You found Onash Slovesh's spellbook. Professor Rosefing immediately rushes up and that will go to me. That is absolutely government property at this point.
Roll to persuade me.
That is not how this game works.
You're a paladin.
Yeah, but also, I have in my flaws and ideals anything for knowledge.
Because, now, again, Kaya, it was part of the deal that you would get any treasure, magic items, or anything of the like, as long as you turned over anything that would be defined as government property. The personal spell book of the court mage would, in fact, count as government property. This is one of the things I will be requested to give back at Fendley. So if you could just hand that over to me. You're very tall. If you could just... He's on his tippy toes, and he has his hands stretched up as high as they can go.
Kaya's not even holding up the book. She's just, holding it in front of her.
No, she's just holding it.
I rolled an 18 for Kaya being nice. but it was a pretty high DC. So, she looks longingly at the book, and she goes, would I be allowed to review it on my own time before I gave it to you?
I guess if you want to look it over. I don't know what good it will do you as a paladin, but
well,
if
as
you
a
want
paladin of Osmaldus, I am in search of all types of knowledge.
If you would like to give it a quick scan, feel free. I don't much care. I need to leave the building with it.
Of course. I assume you'll be staying in... Shoot, where are we?
You were in the middle of nowhere. You were 12 hours away from
No, our thing
Xandria.
is in Xandria.
Yeah.
I assume you'll be resting in Xandria after all this?
But I work out of that. But again, I would like to leave the building with that book. Because I have to take it back once we arrive.
Well, I was thinking you would be resting the night in Xandria, and I could just use that night to skim over what I need, and I would give it to you the morning you leave.
No, I need to take the things here back to a person in Xandria once we return.
Well, that hardly gives me enough time.
Read fast.
You read fast.
I will have plenty of time.
The fact that he basically said get good. He basically said
Fuck
get
you.
good, scrub.
Fuck off!
Kaya, I would like you to roll an Arcana check.
Arcana?
Yes.
I don't have Arcana.
Okay, then roll plus intelligence.
It's a 7.
You feel like there are some spells in here that you could use. You do not have the time or, the wherewithal to, understand them enough to figure out how to cast them or to add them to your spellcasting list.
What if I just spend every second of walking writing in my notes a copy of the book?
I'm going to say that will give you disadvantage on other rolls and things. If you dedicate your time to that, I will allow you to roll another Arcana check at the end, with advantage. But you'll have disadvantage on perception checks and initiative and such because you'll be wandering around with your nose in a book.
You know what? That's completely fine.
That is true to her character.
It sure is. Jerusalem and...
Yeah. Kaya, hold, real quick. Kaya just sighs to the guy and goes, well, I suppose I'll have to take speedy notes. And just turns around and pulls out her notebook and starts writing furiously.
All right. I'll take a look-see of it. Ooh, I found the bathroom. And you see, he's opened a door and there's a little bathroom in there, and he goes, "Oh, that's a lovely basin. He's like starts inspecting the guy's bathtub. Jerusalem and Lois, what are you two doing?
Well, I can't imagine there'd be anything useful in the kitchen. Unless Lois wants some kitchen knives to replace his dagger.
I mean, they might be cool kitchen knives, so you know what? I'm gonna go check them out.
Yeah, sure. Lois, you pick up a kitchen knife, you kind of swing it. You think this could do a perfect replacement as a dagger in a pinch.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this knife.
Great. Add a dagger to your inventory.
Well, that just keeps my dagger then, because I was gonna clean.
Going by the look of this place, was this place, abruptly emptied, or was it, like... What I'm asking is there, like, rotted food, as in the guy was living here and then just stopped living here, or was this, like, oh, somebody moved out and just left the place here?
Roll investigation.
Okay. I got it is 7, so that's 25.
25. Okay, Jerusalem, like, you start walking around and you see, like, the Sherlock Holmes white letters forming around your head.
Nice.
Jerusalem, as you walk through the kitchen, you start opening different cabinets and things. There is, like, old rotten food in here, that like, fossilized thing. There's not a lot here because there's no, like, terrible smell or anything like that, but, like, this place wasn't packed up. There are books on the bookshelves. It looks like whoever was living here stopped living here very suddenly. Like, Onash never packed up anything. You walk past Kaya, who is in the living room, just like nose buried in a spell tome. You walk into the bedroom. You see Professor Rosefang has crawled into the tub and is sniffing around in there with his little dog snout. You walk over to the mage's desk and open the drawer. Inside, you see a gear that is perfectly the missing gear on the sealed door. You pick that up, you scan. The bed still has sheets on it. There are still books in here. You walk over, you open a cabinet. You see folded old ancient mage robes. There's a wand on the nightstand.
I pick up the wand.
His spell. You walked by Kaya holding his spell book. A wizard would never go anywhere without their spell book.
And probably their wand as well, but...
Yeah. A spell book's more important.
Yeah, depending on the wizard and the wand, I suppose.
Oh, also, you find a safe.
Oh.
As you lean down and you look under the bed.
What kind of safe?
Pretty simple one. It's not clockwork or it looks like this was a safe that he brought before he developed his clockwork obsession, as he spent his life in isolation doing an impossible task.
I mean, obviously not impossible. Velestein did it.
Nice burn on this dead guy.
Damn.
I'm gonna open this safe with my lockpick.
Sure.
Or, actually, well, it depends what kind of safe it is, I guess.
Roll a lockpicking check.
Okay, so it does require a lockpick.
Mm-hmm.
I guess they don't really have combination locks, do they? Okay, that is going to be not as good, but it's 16.
The safe swings open. Inside, you see a nice bag and 190 gold.
Whoa.
Alright, I take that.
Are you sharing it or keeping it?
Well, for now, I'll just hold on to it.
You never know.
Depending what else we get from this adventure, like, 190 might not even be like might be pocket change,
Yeah, it's more than what I got.
mean, you're being paid 300 gold for this job, so that plus this 190 you feel pretty good about.
Wait, since when was 300 in there?
It was
300.
He offered 300 gold, 100 gold for each member of your party to go on this quest.
He paid us 90 gold up front.
He paid you 90 gold up front.
He never said anything about 300.
I am so certain he did. If I forgot to mention it, I apologize deeply.
We would have written it down.
He hasn't given you the gold yet. He
Yeah.
said that's just how much you're willing to pay. He's willing to pay.
Okay. Just, knowing that it's 300 gold
Yeah.
afterwards
Okay.
is still...
Yeah, he said 100 gold each, and any gold and treasure you find inside, as long as you give me the government property, which would be things like the spell book and other things Onash Slovess developed while working for Fengling.
Okay. This is kind of a meta question. Are wands a big deal in D&D, or are they just a stick?
Some wands are. There are wands that have innate spellcasting abilities and things in them, and wands that count as magic weapons. But those wands are just how there are some magic swords and things like that. Most wands serve as arcane focuses that just replace the need for certain spell components. That wand on the table there is a normal arcane focus. Maybe a wizard would like it, but it's not special.
Well, it still might be worth taking.
Sure.
Yeah.
As a government, you could probably give it to the government and be like, this is an artifact of Onash Slovess.
Debatable.
At the very least, the professor would want it.
Yeah. I'm still picking it up. So I go back to the others, and Jerusalem kind of holds up the gear and is like, found it. But also, first of all, we gotta wonder why that door is locked from the outside.
Because why would there be a lock on the inside?
Every door has a lock on the inside. That's how you keep your stuff safe.
But then what if you leave? How would you lock it?
Kaya really showing that she came from a society that doesn't have doors in this moment.
No, but that's a serious thing. If you want to keep something safe, and fine, have a lock on the inside. But if you're going to leave, you can't lock it if the lock's on the inside.
Think of this like a deadbolt. You don't place a deadbolt on your door when you're leaving it.
Don't you?
You don't. Because you need to be on the inside to lift a deadbolt.
I just want to have the camera just show Kaya, the math lady meme of just shots of Kaya thinking. In the background, we're getting flashbacks of Kaya growing up in a desert surrounded by tents.
Jerusalem just goes, my point is, whatever's in there, that door is locked to keep it from getting out.
Well, now my interest is piqued.
It is. Oh, we're definitely going inside. I'm just saying. We best be prepared.
Kaya holds her books in one hand and her glaive in the other.
Jerusalem's like, there's probably something big that could possibly kill us, so it's being kept from getting out. Let's let it out.
What do you do?
Open the door, of course.
Are we gonna? Or do we want to try for the 3 locks? We didn't find any keys, so...
Oh, yeah, that's true. Lois, you want to try finding keys?
Sure. Shit. In this room, or do I have to go
No,
look
this is the only really other room we have, so...
Okay, so I'm gonna try to find them. Investigation?
Also, I want to say, I thought we were already talking about the 3-key, 3-lock door. That's why I was confused.
Oh no, Jerusalem was talking about the door with the gear.
Yeah.
Shit.
That
It was
makes more
totally in
sense.
character for Kaya, though. I liked it.
Yeah, she's got her face in a book. She doesn't know which door you're talking about. She's half listening.
What is going on? Door knocks? What?
Okay, so investigation, Riley?
Mhm.
Okay. So that is my intelligence.
I should really get some intelligence.
I got a 5. Lois can't find shit.
Lois, you walk into the bathroom and there's like a curtain and you pull it back and you're like, aha! And inside you see a large basin, and at the bottom of the basin you see Professor Rosefang. And he's like, ah!
And he goes, why are you screaming?
Psycho music plays.
You scared me!
Whatever.
How does he have plumbing in here is like my question. It would take an extraordinary feat of magecraft to look at this. You now notice he is wet. He reaches over to a gear on the wall. He turns it. A grate opens above him and water just pours down onto him. He turns the gear. The grate closes. It's like, huh? We're deep in a cliffside. How's that work?
Lois took a step back, by the way, when it did that. It's because he can't get his hair wet. No. So he just kind of looks and goes, you're talking to the wrong person about this. And he walks out.
Fascinating. As you wander off, Rose,
Kaya sticks her head in. I heard plumbing.
you hear a wet as Lois walks into the room with a frustrated expression on his face, and behind him a sopping wet Professor Rosefang, just like across the carpet.
Well, now we know where that 100,000 gold budget went.
The golem took like $15. All the money was Slovess just like, you don't understand how expensive golems ought to make, and then he spent them all on a nice shower and plumbing system.
You know what? Fair. If he's got to spend a year there or more.
He's literally just like building his own custom penthouse while kind of passing off like prototypes in the meantime.
Oh no.
Oh, incredible.
Kaya just eyes Rosefang over her book and just goes, well, no, I'm definitely not giving this to you for a bit.
I wouldn't have done the water thing if I was holding a book. You're being ridiculous.
You're being ridiculous.
When he says that, he throws his hands up and he like spritzes water across Lois.
Can I roll to dodge? Lois doesn't want to get wet.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Lois acting like he's about to melt if water gets splashed on him.
He has makeup on. He has his hair done. Hell yeah. Bitch, it takes a while to look this good.
Roll a dexterity saving throw.
Well, you get that waterproof setting spray.
21.
You dive and like roll perfect superhero landing as the little spritz of water goes generally where you had been.
And the hair just like doesn't even get more messed up.
The hair is perfect.
Okay.
And Lois just goes, watch while you're spraying.
He can't help it, he's a dog.
I may naturally look this good, but doesn't mean I don't put effort in my appearance. Sheesh.
Drew's still like holding the gear up, just like watching all this. He's like, so,
Yes, door.
Jerusalem, as you do that, you notice there are little things inscribed on the teeth of the gear. As you walk over to the sealed door, there's like 2 gears that are showing. And there's something written on Draconic above it.
what's it say?
It says, if it is the same, then it is the same.
What?
Well, obviously.
What?
And you see that the gear placed in also has little symbols inscribed on the teeth.
Jerusalem reads this and just like turns to Lois and is like, hey Lois, if it is the same, it is the same.
Just put the damn gear in so we can be done with this shit.
Fine. Okay, so do any of the symbols match up?
Yes, they do. you see each gear has like 4 symbols inscribed on it that are like alchemical symbols, but that can be broken down into basic shapes because Jerusalem, you don't speak high arcana. So one kind of looks like a triangle, one kind of looks like a weird square, one kind of looks like a red weird cross, and one is a circle.
Sounds like most high fantasy video games.
Yeah.
Yep.
I guess. So can I place the gear in where all of the signals match up?
Yes, you may. You put it in?
Yep.
And you put it in the same way that the other gear is.
I'm not entirely sure what that means.
If it is the same, then it is
You
the
said
same.
you wanted to place it so that the symbols match up.
Yeah, I'm assuming they
Okay.
go a line on one side or something.
Okay. You match up the symbols, you place it in, the gears, and the doors swing open.
Well, that was easy
Well done.
enough.
Yay!
Yay. You all walk into the room?
I rolled for walking through the door. I rolled a 5. Kaya bumps her nose on the door frame.
Take
Oh.
1 damage. Jerk.
Watch where you're walking. Oh, that's a door.
I'm serious. Take 1 damage. You're at 20 hit points now, Kaya. Don't ever forget. I don't play. You all walk into this room, which appears to be a large furnace. You see several, bronze copper bars, springs. There's, pieces of sharp metal that are being, banged into some sort of shape, tossed around on the ground. And they're chains hanging from the ceiling. In the center of the room, there's a massive cauldron that is still hot. I would like you all to roll perception checks.
Okay.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Okay then.
Please roll good this time. Please roll good this time. Oh. Kaya?
Yeah.
Oh shit! It did that weird thing.
You good there, Buckaroo?
Well, I'm rolling with disadvantage anyway. I think this is... Well, I might get in that one. Nope. Okay.
I didn't notice jack shit because I got a 6.
Okay.
I got a 2.
Okay. And Jerusalem, what did you get?
15.
Jerusalem, with a 15, you notice 2 things. One, there's a little bit of blood on the roof of the bubbling cauldron with the magma inside on the forge. You see a bit of blood smeared on the top. Set on a table, you see another message tablet, and you also see above you, hiding in the chains, a massive glowing hot piece of warped bent metal with dozens of red hot glowing angry eyes. Clicking, ticking clock sounds fill the room. You see massive bronze mandibles lower out, and you see a large, warped, broken pincer pull out, tug on a chain. The door slams shut. Everyone roll initiative.
Hey Mark Experience listeners, it's end credits time. I know you love hearing this part, but I like to remind you guys that you can find us on Tumblr, Instagram, and even TikTok. And if you like to buy the music, you can buy it all at markexperience.bandcamp.com. We also have a constantly growing collection of merch at redbubble.com/people/mark-experience, where you can buy posters and shirts and stickers and all that. If you want to support your favorite editor and musician, you can head over to my Ko-fi account at ko-fi.com/Jamie Remy. That's spelled JAMIEREMY. Mark Experience can be located basically anywhere podcasts exist now, so you can listen wherever's easiest. See you next episode!